Hi everyone and welcome to this week's WARNO devblog. Today it's a bit of a short one, so rather than just do the devblog, at the end we'll also take a look at the roadmap and see where we are now and, well, realistically how far behind we are on that roadmap. So this week's little forward from Eugen is that before they lift the veil on the juicy new details, the map design team has been hard at work on the production of several new maps, actively considering your feedback. This is an important part of the design effort, and we want to make sure that whatever the new environment they are working on contains your wishes and desires, to the extent that this is possible from a production and gameplay point of view. The next two maps will be delivered with the new milestone and will benefit from a significant reduction in choke points, and the topology and environments will be realistic still with lots of verticality, for example. And there is even more. Other than the two maps which we're about to look at, one of which we've seen before in the charity tournament, they're also hard at work on delivering another type of new map. One of them is designed together with some of the most active players and combines all the relevant player feedback and the community comments into one interesting package. This map will be the 3x3 Cirrus and features even more open areas and has been specifically designed that it emphasizes players' readability of the battlefield. I'm not quite sure what they mean by that, but we will see. Now the first map is obviously Triple Strike. This is the one we saw in the fundraiser tournament for Action Against Hunger. You'll have seen us playing with the devs on that. Here's a few screenshots from it, but obviously you can go back and watch those videos on any of our channels to see the map in a little bit more detail. The reality is that for me, it's probably my favourite map in the game so far, and I think a few of the other guys felt the same. But Triple Strike is 82 kilometers squared. It's structured around these three large attack lanes, and these corridors offer a succession of different types of terrain, each with its own gameplay impact: open areas, forests, mountains, and the map also features various elevations in the form of plateaus, and they have to be considered if you want to gain an advantage on the battlefield. And the majority of the command zones are positioned to highlight the strategic infrastructure of the map, such as cities, industrial areas, and residential sectors. It's a great map. I really enjoy playing on it, and I think you guys will too. The other map that they've got pictures and things for here is Vertigo. A battlefield offered for 2v2 battles. It's a death row sized map, about 56 kilometers squared, and puts a focus on verticality. The map features many mountains, mostly positioned on the edges of the level. This gives players a clear central playing area. We've designed Vertigo from the ground up to offer clearer lines of sight compared to some of the other battlefields, and the main clashes on Vertigo will take place around the 6 central command zones. They suggest that various strategies are available for a player to take control of the map, including full frontal attacks, or by bypassing the defensive lines via the edges of the map, but they'll be keeping a close eye on which tactics players use to win this one. There are a couple of model improvements that they also mention here. Taking into account their current very busy schedule, they are trying to apply fixes and include quality of life improvements wherever possible. As such, they have reworked some of the models. This includes the Warsaw Pact's BMP-1P, which will now be featuring the correct ATGM launcher. They also decided to take the chance to add a new variant of the IFV, the BMP-1PG, with an AGS-17 automatic grenade launcher bolted onto the turret. And we will add this vehicle to the existing Soviet mechanized divisions. And NATO hasn't been forgotten either. They have reworked the Harrier GR3's incorrect GR5 to the proper version. Now that is actually the end of their dev blog, but I wanted to take a look at the actual roadmap and see where we are. So obviously we had Ney, Devout and Marat, and they all came and went a little bit late to some extent. And obviously we didn't get the towed weapon systems, we got the missile systems instead. And then obviously we have the land milestone, which is upcoming, hopefully within the next week or two. This was obviously supposed to be out early April. We're now in early June, and it's looking like it's going to be the middle of June before it's released realistically, if not towards the end of the month if there's lots of issues. So we're at least 2.5 months behind now. And, you know, Mazina, I assume I'm pronouncing that right, that was due April number 2 patch, and that's definitely not going to be till July now realistically. And then Bessier. Well, so I guess we're looking at potentially August for that if we're lucky. And then I don't know what we're getting after that at this stage. I assume we might still be getting something more. But I mean, the original release date for this was aiming to be September time. It's just not going to happen, I don't think. I think, as I originally thought, it's going to get pushed out quite a bit. And we'll certainly be looking more towards the end of the year. Which doesn't come as a big surprise to me. And I'm sure it doesn't come as a big surprise to everyone who's watching this. But yeah, so basically we're running at least 2 months behind now, if not slightly more than that. Now for those who want to stick around, one last thing I'm going to take a look at are some of the pictures that they've put up on their Instagram, because I know not everyone has Instagram, so I try and copy a few of these across whenever I do one of these videos. So this first image is a GAZ-66 ZU-23-2, which will be one of the new anti-air units coming to the game shortly. Then we have what appears to be an image of one of the new maps. I imagine this could very well be the new 2v2 map, Vertigo. They have a couple of images of tanks that we've seen before, but I'll stick this in there because I assume this is the new version of the BMP-1 with the correct launcher on it. This picture they weirdly just title as the 30mm 2A42 multi-purpose autocannon. I'm not sure as the particular relevance of that, but maybe it's for a new unit that's coming. I think here they're showing off a little bit of fog or mist effects on the map, and they've just titled it Haze of War, which realistically, if that's actually in-game, it does look quite nice. And finally we have the improved model image for that BMP-1, and I'll leave you with that picture today. There are a couple of videos sort of panning over parts of the new maps, but realistically they're a bit of a faff to try and record and then put in my own video. So I'll leave that till we actually get the patch and we'll have a detailed look at those new maps. Hopefully next week's devblog will give us a new update on what is to come next, and perhaps even a revamped roadmap so we can see how far we are behind and when they potentially expect things to come. Obviously it will mean a significant readjustment of those previous dates. Check out the channel later, there will be another casting going up today of the May monthly tournament, so please do check that out. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching everyone, please do like, share and subscribe, and I hope you all have a great weekend.